Vitiligo is a chronic autoimmune disease affecting up to 2% of the global population, driven by internal biological warfare deep beneath the skin's surface. Inside the body, the immune system acts like a team of confused nightclub bouncers. They stop hunting for external viruses and start attacking the body's own healthy tissue. Guided by a mix of genetic susceptibility and oxidative stress, these cells target melanocytes, the specific cells responsible for every bit of pigment in your skin. This attack is coordinated through a communication network called the JAK-STAT pathway. It acts as a cellular alert system, signaling a swarm of immune cells to hunt down and destroy healthy pigment. As the pathway continuously misfires, the melanocytes are systematically evicted. This microscopic collapse is what eventually appears on the surface as a visible loss of color. The white patches are the result of a microscopic, invisible biological confusion that leaves a highly visible, life-altering mark. This biological glitch manifests in two distinct patterns, which determine exactly how the disease will progress across the body. The first type is segmental vitiligo. It is an asymmetrical, localized strike that spreads rapidly across one side of the body, like a single arm or leg, before it suddenly freezes in place. The second type, non-segmental vitiligo, is a chronic, symmetrical spread. It creates mirror image patches that appear on both hands, both elbows, and both knees simultaneously over many years. Dealing with these patterns turns ordinary moments into high-stakes social challenges. Everything from a morning commute to a job interview causes intense psychosocial anxiety. Because the psychological toll is so high, patients use an escalating arsenal of medical and cosmetic tools to reclaim control over their appearance. The first tier of the arsenal is the fastest, DHA-based concealers. These act as a rapid, temporary hack to camouflage patches in minutes. Effective camouflage requires following specific rules. First, the product must match the skin's underlying warm or cool tones, or the patch will look gray or orange in natural light. The chemistry must also be durable. High-quality camouflage is designed to resist transferring onto white collars and withstand heat and humidity of outdoor events. Camouflage is a strategic, optional tool, like using an umbrella during a storm, for days when you simply do not want your skin to be the focus of conversation. The second tier moves into chemical intervention, utilizing FDA-approved topical medications, known as JAK inhibitors, such as ruxolitinib. The cream sinks into the skin, building a molecular blockade. It intercepts inflammatory signals, shutting down the JAK-STAT pathway. With communication deactivated, aggressive immune cells disperse. This halts the destruction, allowing natural pigment cells to slowly regenerate. Dermatologists often pair these creams with narrowband UVB light therapy. The light acts as a biological trigger, stimulating dormant pigment cells to colonize the white patches. At this tier, treatment targets the microscopic mechanism, halting the biological glitch at the cellular level. For cases where the immune attack has stopped but the pigment hasn't returned, the final tier is cellular grafting. Surgeons harvest healthy pigment from one part of your body and relocate it to the patches. Suction blister grafting is a cost-effective option for small areas like the lips, though it requires a long healing period. Mini punch grafting is a faster surgical method, but it carries the risk of cobblestoning, which can leave the skin surface with a bumpy, uneven texture. Epidermal cell suspensions represent the high-tech edge. In specialized labs, doctors create a liquid cell suspension that covers large surface areas in a single procedure. When the immune system stabilizes, these procedures allow science to physically rebuild the original color map. Because the immune system is misfiring, treating the skin is only half the battle. Doctors must check the rest of the body for other systemic issues. Clinical data shows that a person with vitiligo is 2.6 times more likely to have at least one other autoimmune disease compared to the general population. This includes hidden threats like alopecia areata and autoimmune thyroid disease, which affects over 14% of vitiligo patients. Modern clinical standards now reflect this systemic reality, requiring doctors to manage the disease as a multi-organ condition rather than a surface-level issue. Whether a patient uses cellular grafting, applies a JAK inhibitor cream, swipes on a camouflage pen, or decides to rock their patches exactly as they are, modern medicine has finally provided the tools to choose that path.